Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is yet another day, a new day, a good day, a bright Sunday, a day that the Lord has made, that we should all be glad and rejoice in it, no matter where you're coming from, what your religious background is. The most important thing is we have life and we have another day. So we are happy to be rejoicing this afternoon. Today's program from the beginning, right at Richmond Media, coming to your doorsteps. The topic is what? A wife, a mother, and a business analyst. Who have we got in the studio with us? Is no other person than my own sister, my own friend from the great Cameroon. When it comes to football, sometimes we struggle to beat them, but sometimes they also struggle to meet us. So it's Sister Nancy ATEM. Sister Nancy, you're welcome to Richmond Media.
Thank you, Hannah. Thank you for inviting me onto your platform and your show. And good to meet you. And thank you, viewers, if you're here. Look forward to a pleasant chat with you.
Thank you so much, viewers, friends, and family. You are welcome to Richmond Media. Please don't forget to share this program to everyone around you, whoever that you can reach. Because for us to have Sister Nancy here today is not an easy job. She is a very busy lady, but the Lord has made it possible for us to have her this afternoon. Sister Nancy, everyone is watching us from all over the world. Wherever Richmo can reach, that's where you can think of. So please, I know you, but whoever is watching us don't know you. Sister Nancy, who is Sister Nancy Atem?
Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, viewers. I am Nancy, born and bred in Cameroon, Republic of Cameroon. We're friends, neighbors, sisters with Ghana as well, Nigeria, and some other beautiful countries. Um, I'm a wife, married for about 14 years now, a mother to three beautiful children, a daughter to strong and healthy parents, and a big sister to five siblings. So I have a full package. Hands are busy, heart is busy, but then I can't be all of that without getting my head focused on building a career and getting a reliable source of income for me to be able to take care of my family and my loved ones and friends. So I'm based in the United Kingdom in England, and yeah, I'm pleased to tell you more about me, what you want to know. But that's in summary who I am.
Thank you, Sister Nancy, for letting us know who you are and what you are equipped with. Because you are coming with a package. One looking at what you have given us, even this point, we know that yes, you are indeed a woman, a vibrant woman, not just a woman. Because if you have five siblings behind you, then you have a huge responsibility in the family. So I can see that you've really done a lot. But for us to know, how have you been or how has life been for you? Has it been difficult or easy from childhood?
Thank you, Hannah. I would count myself a very blessed woman. From childhood, really, it's been okay. I can't complain. My dad, my father, he was a medical doctor, retired now, of course. My mother was a teacher. So I grew up in this foundation where it was, you know, rules, regulations, routines, focus on academics, focus on Christianity. So I did not have to go through a lot of challenges that other people may realistically have faced to be where they are today. So I had the opportunities in front of me. I went to good schools, and had my own struggles with distraction during teenage ages, and lack of interest in academics, just doing things to get it done, and not understanding the privilege that I had at the time. So it was a matter of just doing well in your grades so that you get the promise that you would, offered at the beginning of the year from your parents, or so you don't get in trouble for not doing so well, or for missing the grade, or for dropping your score. So it was more of a, you know, go to school to pass thing. It wasn't that, that I had a challenge ahead of me. But fortunately, as I grew up, and began to understand things for myself and the importance of having goals, of having focus, of thinking out things, the responsibilities of adulthood, and making decisions that will impact you further down the line. I came to think and understand that I had to be more intentional about my life, about my choices, about my friends, about what pathways I took, and how that will influence me later in life. And that has founded me to where I am today. I can't really finish without saying that as much as I had the foundation that I had, there was a lot of personal dedication to put in the effort required and to push through to where through any challenges that came my way, because I had a vision, I had a mission that I had to accomplish, and I had deadlines set for things that I needed to realistically achieve. And I'm quite blessed to say that I am happy with the successes I have up to date.
Thank you so much. If you see the goods that Sister Nancy carries, no matter no matter who you are, you say wow. Especially if you're coming from the African background. So I'm not surprised there were some distractions, but she made it as a woman. Yeah, Sister Nancy, a business analyst. How is life for you in London? You know, are you able to meet your target? I want that journey from Cameroon
Hmm.
to the UK. I want that side before we get to the business analyst side.
Okay.
How has that been, or how was it? Because you've been here for some time, so I was, yeah. How was it? How was the process, the transitional period? How was it?
Thank you, Hannah. Interestingly, my background had nothing to do with technology. Not I was in the biomedical sciences, so I studied biochemistry. I studied biochemistry at the undergraduate in Cameroon University, and then I studied. After that, I did a master's in microbiology. So at the time, I was just doing that because it was cool. It was was happening, but I wasn't that interested in getting to the getting to the end of what that pathway was leading. And during that period, I did find out that a lot of my happy times was when I would be doing any work in front of the computer. So if I was preparing a report, that's my happy place. If I was doing some project work on the PC, that's my happy place. Anything that had to do with breaking or making a system or installing some software on some computer for a friend was my happy time. I used to play tricks around in the laboratory where I used to work, medical laboratory, and I would opt to be the one to do the bits that has got to put in things into the computer, into the system, and all of that bit. So fast forward a couple of years down the line, I decided to come abroad. and do a master's in biostatistics, another master's in biostatistics. I came in, did that bit as well, and then life happened. I met my husband, we got married, and I realized, oh goodness me, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to cope with motherhood and going into the hospital, going to the lab where I have to be in there physically to work. Besides, I wasn't too sure where that would lead me. I didn't want to teach because I didn't want to end up in, just being a professor or something. It wasn't my cup of tea. So I did sit down with my husband and have a think about what we should be going into. And he said, you love computers, you help a lot of people with their work. There's always somebody calling you to write up something for them, to design something for them. Why don't you go down and just go do IT or something? And I screamed, I'm like, no way, I'm not going back to school to go and start studying IT and get into coding and things like that. But he said, just do some research and see. So I did my research and realized that, okay, there's many other things you can do in IT without having to go through software development itself, without having to go through coding and all of that phobia. So after having my third baby, I went back to university, back to undergraduate level, when he was 6 months old, and I went to school, did 3 years again. It was hard, really, really hard, managing three children, four and under, with going to class. But yeah, I was focused. I had to make it, and I finished my program with the first class, despite all the challenges. And by the time I was doing graduation, on graduation day, I already had my first job waiting for me. I mean, pretty much my offer was there, and they were already calling me in the hall. You're starting on Monday. So that was how it all kicked off for me, um, through through the phases of where up to where I am today. So I've grown, in the job, grown in the industry, and yeah, now I'm settled down in the role as a technical business analyst.
Thank you so much for acquiring the first class degree. Sister, you are too powerful. You are really a woman of class, not just a woman, a mother, a wife. And above all, if you can have time, spend time to do a course and getting yourself into the first class, then I think if people are listening to us, if the youth are listening to us, these are some of the things that we have to take it into consideration. The reason is sometimes when some of us, when we have children, we think that is the end of our lives, but
Hmm.
that is not where our life is ending. We can still pursue something, progress, and be promoted at a point. So, how has it been in London? Life been in London, and are you being able to meet your targets or the target? I know you've been able to achieve it up to this point, but the target within the job, are you being able to meet them at this point, please?
Thank you, Hannah. Initially, when I started off my job, my career, with my first role, I was quite focused on having a job that was located locally. So I would want a job that will be within school run reach. I can quickly jump from the office straight to pick up the kids. So I limited myself to jobs that were around the corner, around the vicinity, and all those other factors I was always putting into play. But with the arrival of COVID and all the other challenges that came, I had to expand my scope, and with the kids getting, less dependent on me, and I decided to be able to, I decided to push myself out of my comfort zone. And that's how far I opened up I used to say, no, 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 I'm not doing London at all, because London is too busy, it's crazy, it's hectic. Traveling into London is a nightmare, and it's expensive. It's just not for me. Again, that was one of the challenges that I faced, but I had to weigh the pros and the cons. If I wanted to grow in the industry, if I wanted to grow in my career, I have to get out of my comfort zone. And so going into London for work wasn't the easiest thing, but you get used to it. London gives you the opportunity to be able to build stronger networks. You meet people that can advise you, that can mentor you, have years of experience. And I would say that to meet my targets, yes, it's been challenging in one way or the other, but being consistent is the secret. I would tell everyone, just be consistent. It doesn't matter how things are, how blurred things are for you. Stay consistent, be focused on what your objectives are, what are your goals, and keep your eye. It doesn't matter what happens along the way. Once you fall, you pick up and just carry on wherever you ended, you know. So with that in mind, I've been able to meet up with my projects. I have had successful project deliveries, implementations, and very happy employers I've had in through my career so far in IT, and really I can't fault or complain. That going into London has been anything but positive for me. I think you're on mute.
Sorry about that because I'm having some cold, so I just have to keep it on mute a bit. What are some of the your biggest challenges and joy within this role?
Thank you. I will start with my joys. In this role, it's an exciting one because you don't have a fixed pattern, you don't have a fixed routine. There's no 2 days that are going to be the same. You're talking to a set of people today, you're talking to another set of people tomorrow. You're working on some kind of project today, tomorrow you're working with another project. You're working with one company today, tomorrow you're building for another company and another clients. When I talk of company, I'm talking to the clients. And you're working with a group, a diverse group of people. So you're open to meeting people, you're open to interactions. You meet new people every time. You meet new people, you learn new software, you learn new technologies, which there is the challenge that I face, that because you have to keep learning. So the role of a technical business analyst, basically you're working to see that there's a successful implementation of technical project solutions for businesses, for companies. So one company is using one technology, another one wants another technology. You're constantly changing between learning from what, and we know how things are evolving in this time. It's always new, and now we're all going AI. So everybody has got some system who wants to start incorporating AI into their technologies. They call the business analyst. Come on and tell us how we're going to get this sorted. That's our job in layman's terms. So we're going to get busy very soon converting everybody's platform into something that's AI, you know, uh, and incorporate. And that's how interesting it could get. But then it's challenging because you have to be on top of your game. You cannot know it all as a technical business analyst. You can't know it all. You're always learning. You have to love to learn. If there's a new project you have to work on, there's some technology you've never heard, you have to go research on it. You have to go read and find out what you need to know before you start work on that. So being on top of your game is the challenge for me. But then the joy of working on a variety of projects, variety of tools, working with the wide set of range of people is the joy of the job.
Thank you, sister. That means if you want to be a business analyst, you have to have the brain to learn all the time, else you cannot meet all your targets. So let's take that into note.
Unfortunately, yeah,
Yes.
you
At
have.
this moment, we can encourage our sorry, acknowledge our viewers watching us at this time. Sister Ivona Samwas watching us live from Ghana, Takrade. And then Ike Farai says, great message, key advice to stay consistent. That's the word. God bless you both, the hosts and the guests. Thank you, Ike Farai. We really appreciate the fact that you are spending your time with us and the fact that you are with us this afternoon. You didn't go anywhere, not watching any other program than from the beginning. Stay tuned until the end of the program. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching us right from Richmond Media, coming to your doorsteps, Richmond Facebook, Richmond YouTube, and you can listen to us on Richmond Radio. Sister Thais Muhammad says, wow, great. Sister Thai, thank you so much for keeping watching us all the time from health issues straight to from the beginning. We really salute you. We do appreciate you a lot. Thank you and God bless you. Thank you, Obrimpong, for staying away from mommy and keeping away from us so that the program can come to a successful end. Thank you, Obrimpong, and happy belated birthday to Obrimpong, the great man, the joy of my heart. Please keep watching mommy from your tablet whilst we are also doing the program. Thank you. Auntie, at this moment, please, may I ask you, a mother, a wife, and a business analyst, how do you combine all this? Because whenever I see you with joy. You are always smiling. And I wonder, with three kids, working all the time, because you are a valuable woman. How do you combine all these three to make you a successful business analyst?
Oh, thank you very much, Hannah. Thank you.
So,
Thanks for the accolades. Um, I would say that it is first of all finding what you like, finding what gives you joy. So the foundation of me identifying and aligning my interests with my career has made it seamless for me. So it's not an effort, it's not a struggle for me to get up and go to work. It's not a challenge. I don't, I look forward to work, I look forward to the day, unlike someone who's in a career or in a job where you just have to do it because you have bills to pay. You don't have that specific interest, so it's a struggle. So that being said, having that already aligning with my personal interest makes it easy for me to maneuver around my responsibilities as a wife and as a mother, which indeed are my primary goals, my primary responsibilities. So I rely a lot on organizing my workload. I schedule things on my calendar. Um, I have, as soon as I get an appointment that I have to put in or attend, it goes straight into my calendar on my phone. I make use of my calendar a lot, so I don't forget any appointments. I don't forget any schedules. If I need to, if the kids have an activity in school that I need to attend, as soon as I get the notification for that, I'm booking that into my work calendar. I'm taking time off for that already in advance. I'm notifying my employer, okay, I'm going to be off this morning. I'll start late because I have, a kids program to attend and things like that. I love being a mother. I love being a wife. So I do try and organize my workload so that it doesn't wear on me at all. I would do my cooking in the evenings, on weekends. Batch cooking helps a lot. Make the soups, put in the freezer. I wake up in the morning, kids, help your kids to grow to be independent so that they can do as much as they can for themselves. Teach them how to wash themselves, how to clean, make up their beds, and how to be able to get up and go do their homework without you chasing them up for that. So I've kind of brought my children up in that structure where they don't rely on me for a lot. They know what to do, when to do what, and they are, organized to that extent. They do have their lessons, it's all really just organized in a way that I don't have to pile up on anything. I don't wait for weekend to put the laundry on in the machine. I start doing my laundry as soon as the basket is filling up, for example, straight on. If it's on Tuesday, it's already full, straight in the machine, and things like that. So don't pile up work, don't push things that you can do now for later. Don't say, oh, I'll do it later. If you can do it now, do it now, get it out of the way. If you have time to, when you drop them up in the morning, drop them off in the morning. For example, if you have 2 minutes pop something in the machine, or before you go out, you come back, you're just drying. It really helps to organize yourself. You have all of those things require equal amount of attention, and they're all equally very important in your success. So you can't prioritize work over your kids, you can't prioritize your marriage over the kids, and they are all equally important. So you have to be on top of your game. I, personally make sure that none of the individuals or the parties feel, that they're deficient in any attention they're getting from me. I make time to play with the children. We set play dates, and time for swimming, time for holidays. They do know those things, and they know when it's time for mommy to work. They don't disturb. They don't disturb. They get them, keep themselves occupied. So yeah, it's all of that planning that helps me. you know, I set personal goals, personal objectives, personal deadlines. I don't have to be chased around for anything. So that keeps me, of course, I do make mistakes. There are some things I will miss. I'm not 100% perfect in all of that, but I do my best to keep on top of it all. And that just gives me strength to carry on, taking one day at a time. You only can do so much you can in 24 hours. So just make the most of it, and God will see you through. You're on mute.
Thank you so much, Sister Nancy, for how far you have brought us and how far the Lord has carried us through this. Indeed, what you are giving us, I'm also putting some points down that I was take it as part, or I will use it as a tool uh, to add it to what I have already got that will also improve my personal life, my relationship as a mother and as an employee. At this moment, your job, Sister Ivona Samuel says, wow, that's nice, Auntie Nancy.
Thank
Indeed.
you. Thank you, Yvonne.
Your job is considered as a masculine. Is it, should I put it as an ideology? Because if you can find most of the men that are doing this kind of career as a business analyst. As a woman, how have we been able to sail through this career?
Thank you. Thanks for that question. It is indeed a man's industry. It has been. I don't think um, the men can say that for much longer, because the women are breaking in with some serious aggression. And personally, I would say not for once have I ever even thought that IT was for men. Neither have I thought that there was any profession specific to a certain gender. It is down to what you're capable of doing. Can you do it? Yeah, go on then for it. If you can't, get out, find something else. So that was it for me. I did not even for 1 minute think, okay, this is it's a man's world. Not until I got into my first job and I walked into the office, and wow, there was just like one woman with nine other men in the room. Went to my second company, and we were again just two of us women in a room of in a building of over 20 men. And that's when I even occurred to me that this was a male dominated industry. And still, at that point I was like, okay, maybe I'm just lucky to be in here. But then I thought, it's not about luck. I put in the effort. And if then, if there are more men here, it's just that the women don't know that what the men are doing can also be done by them. um and because of that, honestly, it was a challenge. I've been trying to get my friends who are women to think, have you ever thought of doing anything in IT? And just think about it. You don't have to go to nursing. It was not easy for me when I told a few of my friends that I was going to uni to study IT. They were like, what are you thinking? you know it's nursing. Women are meant to be nurses. You're such, you would make a good nurse and things like that. I mean, yeah, I would, but it doesn't make me happy as much as my computer does. So um again, being able to think about yourself as an individual, not as a woman or a man who give you that success that you require to thrive in the industry. So despite the challenges we have, that this place is run by men, it is so not the case. Once you're in, you get equal respect. The men respect you, they appreciate your effort. You may not be as talented as some of them are, given that they have the time to learn, they have the, privileges that some women don't have to run families. So, but the men understand that, and they're there to give you the support. They're always, my colleagues I've worked with that, they're, Nancy, if you need anything, let me know. If you're not sure about anything, I'll help you. Tell me and explain to you, and things like that. So I would encourage all the women out there, please don't even sit for 1 minute and think that the IT industry is for men, is for smart men, is for, no, it's for everybody. You just need to accept that, identify that is something you will be interested in. If you have that interest, there's no stopping you. There's a lot of room for everybody. The men and the women have their place in the industry, and that cannot be compromised in any way.
Thank you so much, Auntie Nancy. It's really good to have you. We really appreciate the fact that look at how busy you are, but you have still been able to put aside to make some time for us. Richmond Media, we say thank you so much for making it up to this point. At this moment, we are continuing acknowledging our listeners and viewers. Mr. Ike Farai, I think it's Mr. I'm sure. Yeah, says very important to notice loving what you do helps a lot in sources. Not just doing it to pay bills. Thanks once again. Thank you, Ike, for spending your time with us. Ty Muhammad says, the top two you have given is lovely. Not letting your job and family life clash at the same time. Thank you, Sister Tai. Keep watching us, whoever is watching us at this moment, wherever you are watching us from or listening to us from, please, you can chip in anything at all. If you have a comment, if you have a question, we are here for you. Please just comment below and then we will definitely acknowledge you. Even if you have nothing to say, you can say hi to us and we will say hello for coming to Richmond Media, watching us at this afternoon. May I take this opportunity to bring in our commercials at the moment, which I will put it in our tree language. Um, Onua sɛ wopɛ sɛ wode sika ɛkɔ Ghana, wosoma sika kɔma w'adɔfoɔ, w'abusua, wo nuanom, obi yare, obi ehia sika ɛde atua ne school fees, anaa obi hia sika ɛde abɔbra, anaa woyɛ dwumadie bi a wopɛ sɛ wode sika kɔ a, mepakyɛw mekamfo OA money transfer ɛde ama wo sɛ wosoma sika no sɛ yɛmfa nkɔ a wode sika no ato mu a na wo nipa a wɔregyeɛ na ɔno nso gyina hɔ na wagye sika no mberɛ a ɛdi kan a wobɛsɛnde sika no ɛde afa OA so no mepakyɛw wobɛnya £7 yet ama wo hwi extra wei yɛde to so de ama wo ama wo sika no adɔɔso wompɛ wei na apɛ deɛ wɔhe ansa na abɛnya saa akyɛdeɛ yi a ɛka ho yi mepakyɛw this a we use Richmond code ɛno na ɛgu poma no so no mepakyɛw ɛwɔ screen no so no fa na fa send wo sika fa kɔ Ghana na wobɛnya ɛso ɛmfasoɔ ama wo ɛne w'abusua asɔre anaasɛ ekuo bi ɛna wodɔm na mopɛ sɛ mohia sika de ato mo kɔfɛsi mu a mode mo sika ɛfa saa kwanya wei so a ɛbɛma mo nso manya sika ɛde ato mo kɔfɛsi mu meda mo ase bebree. Auntie Nancy, yeah, I was just speaking my language. You understand it a bit, so you know what I was saying. It's not a new language to you. We really appreciate you, the fact that you have made your time to us. If someone is listening to us at this moment, this afternoon, and they want to pursue a career or to become a business analyst? What program or what are some of the courses that you think they can enroll on? On the other hand, have you got some short courses? Sometimes the name university scares people
Mm.
from going, but they don't know that one to get to 10, you start from one. So no matter how difficult it is, why don't you start and see how you can get on with it? But maybe there are some short courses also along the line that will help them, especially being a mother, that you were able to do this. You went straight to it, but someone might not be able to go straight to it. So, what are your advice on the courses that people can do to become like you? I know no one can be like you, Nancy, but they can learn from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. My hope is that people are better than me. So, and it will be my joy to see people, many more people, come join me in this industry. And I'm quite pleased that people are beginning to open up, to the industry. And I would say that, to be fair, by the time I finished university with this program, that was when it occurred to me that there were actually short courses that one could go do to get into this sector without having to go through the whole 3 years of university again. And but it was too late for me. But I did get very, very valuable, experience through that. But definitely there are a lot of short courses that you can take. If there's Udemy platform, which many people, are probably familiar with. You have business analyst courses on there. You've got business analyst courses on LinkedIn Learning, which you can do. And there are so many videos on YouTube that you could learn the skills that are required for business analysis. A lot of these skills really start with your personality, because as a business analyst you will talk with a lot of people, you would interact with a variety of stakeholders. So you need to be somebody who is inquisitive, you need to be someone who is confident in speaking to people, which was one of the challenges that I had coming from an African culture. You don't really know how to talk to elderly people or senior in rank. You talk with a bit of reservation, which doesn't help our career at all. So I had to grow out of that. When I'm in the workplace, I take off my African hat and I put on that confidence, to be able to communicate with senior people, that proper bosses, and talk to them like your mates so they can get information you need from them. So if you identify that you have those strengths and those, characteristics that are required of a business analyst, all of this you can find online. You have to be inquisitive. We have Google, which is a platform that has information. Go in there, search how can I become a business analyst? Where can I be, what skills are required by a business analyst? If you want to be a technical, working mainly on technical projects, research that. But on Udemy and on Udemy, you would find practical, hands-on courses that will guide you through all the different aspects of becoming a business analyst. That being said, I am here. You have schools, I know schools and institutions and organizations that are offering training for people like you and I, who are coming from a background where we don't have much experience even using the computer in the first place. So we would help you grow your confidence and things like that. So if you're interested in learning something like that, do reach out to me, or to Hannah, and she'll pass on my details to you, and I can guide you in the right direction. I'm more than happy to point people to platforms where they can get even hands-on experience on real life projects, that will help them develop the skills relevant. There are a few examinations that you may need to take. We call them certifications in IT. Again, these things that if you know how to study, it's not rocket science. You read, you do the exam, you pass. You can work, you can have the certifications are there to give you that confidence when you go in for an interview. You feel more, you're within the market, um, market standards, and so they will help you. So I would point you in what certifications you will need to get, and pretty much it's just you getting hands whatever minute of the jobs we even do in our day-to-day lives involve some degree of analysis without even thinking about it. But if you work with a mentor, they can help guide you, build that portfolio that you can use to take into an interview with you and say, okay, I've done this before, I've done that before. These skills can be aligned and matched to, the business analyst role. So I'm employable for that reason and all those things. So pretty much I'm more than happy to point you in what in the direction you want, if you're interested in becoming a technical business analyst in the future.
Thank you so much, Auntie Nancy. At this moment, even as Sama says, Auntie Nancy, please, was your husband not complaining about, I mean, you being busy all day?
Thank you, Yvonne. The truth is he doesn't even realize I'm busy. Trust me, because nothing about his routine changes. Nothing. I'm so on top of my game that he doesn't even know that I'm busy. If I'm working, he's working, so he doesn't miss anything. By the time he's coming for lunch, his food was ready for lunch, so he knows what to go and get for lunch break or whatever. If it's dinner time, dinner is ready because I've thought about it the day before. What are we having for dinner tomorrow? I've taken out the soup from the freezer, for example. Or if it's something I have to make in the morning, I will get up at 5 o'clock, make it before I get out of the house if I have to, and things like that. So um he doesn't even feel it. He doesn't feel it at all. You have to just find a way to make things, your strengths as an individual. There are some, not everybody's like me. I'm quite good in organizing my life. So there are people that have things that are not like me that would struggle. So find out what are the things that I can do now that will make tomorrow easier for me. If you do it today, that's fine. Get that out of the way. Arrange your routine in a way that it works for you and your family. The way it works for me doesn't need to work for you the same way. Everyone's own is different. So don't even go by Auntie Nancy's one. Go by what works for you. What your husband, your partner, your children, what your job expects from you. But organize yourself in a way that nobody feels that they are left out. I value my school run moments, for example, because that's a moment for me to catch up with the kids before they're into school or catch up with them after school. So they don't even feel it, and things like that. So just yeah, pretty much organize yourself, and your husband will not know.
Auntie Nancy, you are such a wonderful woman. I would say, from what you are telling us, some of us, the women, think that because we are working and our husbands are also working, we are of the same value. So if he wants to eat and I'm working, can't he find his own food? But from picking up some point from what you are telling us, you are just a valuable woman that every man would love to have. Apart from your professional work, you are keeping your home a home. You are making it a home that your family will also be comfortable. Thank you so much.
Thank
Brother
you.
Gavin Price says, watching you live from Area 4 Pathfinders Curriculum Camp. Very empowering program. Thank you, Brother Gavin. After all your hard work, how far you are still watching us. We really appreciate you for watching us all the time. Ike Farai says the name is Isaac, but shorten. Okay, hey, Ike. Oh, you know what? This Farah is my own brother, but the name that he's coming on with, I couldn't recognize him. Sorry. Kobe, you ever come once? Thank you. Ivana Samoa says, okay, thanks very much. And Yvonne says, God bless you, Sister Nancy. Indeed, may the
God
good
bless you
Lord
too,
bless you
Yvonne.
for how far, step by step, you have taken us through. At this moment, if someone is watching you, what are some of the common problems you have been encountered within your working life? This will be an advice to our viewers as well, so that they will know what to do in times of these kind of difficulties, or when they also encounter similar problems.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Hannah. I would say one of the biggest challenges that I have encountered is that self confidence. Coming from our background as Africans, we really, like I mentioned before, we grow up in this kind of culture where you don't speak back, you don't speak to the teacher. Not that you're being rude at all, you just don't know how to use loud tone of voice. You will speak slowly, you speak quietly because okay, it's rude. And just the ability to express your concerns. If you're not sure about something, you will rather struggle because you don't want to be embarrassed and you don't want to be told off, from the way we learned growing up. So when you come to this place where it's not like that for the white people, really, it's not like that in the Western world. They are there to nurture you, to help you, to support you, and help you grow. So we come in, and because we think that we're not good enough, you doubt yourself. And if you let that fear hold you back, you would lose a lot. There were so many things I knew how to do, which I considered part of life, part of everybody does that. That's what I thought. Not until I got into the workplace and I realized how much I was appreciated for those little changes I brought into that business, that company, with the little things I did, which to me were like just normal things. But the recognition you get and the value you add to your workplace makes a big difference. Don't think that you're just there to earn the day's work of money, your worth of money. You're there for just to turn up. No, turn up with your whole self. Give it all you want. It doesn't matter, even if it's cleaning job you're doing. Make sure that in that cleaning job, you're making everyone know that you're enjoying that cleaning you're doing. You're not cleaning because you want money. You're cleaning. You love to see the place sparkling. Do it with all of your heart. I've been in roles where things happened, and just do it with every joy, and things will align for you. Based on that, I used to, when I was studying at some point, I used to, before I got married, I used to do hotel job, cleaning in a hotel, for example. And I will sing throughout my cleaning, working in pairs, and I'll be singing throughout. And you know I did not even notice. That's how much it just it's there. I'm turning up, I'm happy to do this, and that's it. But because of that happiness and so on, your colleagues have a different picture, then they can, recommend you able to do this, why don't you do that, why don't you do this other thing, and they give you information. And so what I would like to encourage the viewers is that please do not let your fear of the unknown, your insecurity, we call it in the professional world imposter syndrome, don't feel like you're imposing yourself where you shouldn't be. Don't let that hold you back. Do not let it keep you back from pursuing what you like. If it's the nursing you're doing, strive for the top. You want to be the best nurse. It doesn't mean you're trying to fight for another person's position. You just want to be the best at what it is you're doing. And even if your best is not good enough to someone else, to you, it's your best. And it makes you happy. It gives you that personal satisfaction. And with that in mind, you find out that your whatever challenge you face at work, or with your colleagues, interactions, you would not consider it um, a failure. You will not look at it like, oh, it's I'm not good enough, you would think, oh, it's just another one of those things. And you would resolve that and move forward instead of retreating and start getting into, a mode where you want to quit or you want to look for another job. You would stay focused. So yeah, that would be my to go encouragement for everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Sister Nancy, for how far you have brought us. Indeed, you have really given us a good, it's like a strategic plan to a successful business or to a successful career. Sometimes when you stand up for your rights, especially as Africans, then people see us to be, I don't know, how did they see us? To be, is it arrogant?
Mm,
Is it pride? But I think from what you are saying, if you can do your job well and you stand up for yourself, you are standing in your own position to
exactly.
be able to fight forward to be on top. Let us learn from what Sister Nancy has given us to move forward, to push hard, to progress. Sometimes we are scared of moving forward. We're scared that some people will fight against us when we get the position. But do not be dismayed.
Yeah.
Continue to push forward until you get to your destination, wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
But you cannot do that alone
Hmm.
without putting it into prayers,
Absolutely.
without being that valuable woman that you have been always in doing in your home, being for your husband, as Sister Nancy has been. Being there for your children is a paramount goal for every successful mother and a wife. Sister Ty says, thank you very much, Sister Nancy. Brother Isaac says, thank you very much, Auntie. Now he knows I've been able to recognize him, so he's smiling over there. Brother Gavin says, very good point, Nancy. Do your best and be your best at everything you do. Clean as if it is the only job on earth.
Right.
No shame in starting at the bottom, aiming for the
For
top.
myself.
And that is what we are encouraging. That is what we are giving you this afternoon. That is what Sister Nancy is telling us, that wherever you are starting from or wherever you have started from, aim for the best. Be your best at wherever you are. Sister Nancy, we are coming to the end of the program. From your own hearts, as a mother, a wife, a business, a successful business analyst, what advice do you want to give it to our viewers watching us from Facebook and you on YouTube and listening to us on the radio? Wherever these people are, from Africa, Asia, Europe, America, and wherever the world ends. What advice are you giving to us all to learn from? You have given us some, but there might be a specific one or a specific strategic plan that you would love us to follow to become a successful, valuable woman like you. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah, for lovely session. And thank you, viewers. Thank you for all the lovely comments. Much appreciated. Thank you, everyone. Um, what I would like to leave people with really today after this conversation is that you should find out, first of all, you need to do what they call it, introspection. Like, be true to yourself. What do I want? It's you that's going to be working. If you're married, you're the one going to be looking after the family, your responsibilities. It's, identify what it is that matters to you. So, what do I want as an individual? What do I prioritize? What is important to me? You do not have to do all three of them if you don't want to do all three of them. You can decide, I just want to be a mom and a wife. I don't encourage that, but it's your choice. And if that makes you happy and it works for you, fine. But if you want to, manage all three, which in today's world is essential, you have to be able to find a way to balance out the three of them. Do not consider one a priority over the other. Take all three of them and ensure that you're doing what it takes to balance that, those three persons, those three, individual sets of requirements. And if it needs you to upskill yourself, upskill. If you need to go learn something else, learn something to get better. If you need to change jobs so that you can balance, if your current job requires too much of your time, you just can't do with it, change jobs, change employer. If you need to, find out there are others that are doing it. They don't have two heads, we all have one head. So if someone else is doing it and balancing things out, so can you. Find out what it is you need to do in your own industry, in your own sector, and optimize it in a way that works for you. So everybody has their mission, has their plan, has their pathway in life. That is why you need to be able to identify, what is going to work for you. And again, don't look at another person's life and say, all right, all right. You can look up to somebody for motivation and encouragement and direction. But at the end of the day, you're going to stay on your bed and you think, am I enjoying what I'm doing? Am I happy? Am I doing my best? Is this bringing out the best in me? Is this all what I've got to offer? Have I got more to give to the world? You know, and once you identify and you're true to yourself, it took a lot for me to abandon my previous, qualifications and work experience in biomedical sciences to switch careers altogether. It took a lot of fighting, especially with my father, who was a medical doctor, and he saw me going down that pathway at some point or whatever, being a professor. It was not easy. I had those challenges to face, but I am in a happy place and I am happy. So whatever it is that you need to do to find um that balance in your life is what will, and how it work for you to be able to be successful. Please go for it. Do not let anyone hold you back. If you want to become a business analyst, the UK is recruiting from abroad. They are recruiting people from out of the country. If you're in Ghana, you want to come and be a business analyst, get in touch. They would, the companies that will employ you right from here. You just need to get the skills that you need, get trained, and apply. Just push yourself. You don't need to count on anyone else to give you that push. You need to be self motivated and remain consistent. That will help you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Nancy. We are really blessed to have you this afternoon. Richmore Media is very, very happy that you made it. Finally, we've been chasing you for so long, but finally, Sister Nancy is here. And it's worth chasing her because what she worth is really much, bigger than even what myself was thinking. She has given us what it takes for a woman, for a valuable woman to have a job, look after the children, and look after the husband at the same time without thinking that she is of the same position with the husband. So she's going to be madam to sit down to allow the husband to cook for himself, find his own food, but she does everything, and everything is also done on time. Once again, Sister Nancy, we say God bless you and God bless everyone who made it possible to listen to us, to view us this afternoon. The same time from the beginning, coming to your doorsteps from Richmond Media next week. Keep watching us. Keep subscribing to our channel and you will win prizes from 1 to 5, depending on where you find yourself. We've got good news every time, not only on my platform from the beginning or health issues, but watch every program that comes on Richmond Media. The promotion is laptop number 1, 2 is mobile phone, hampers for the third prize, hampers for the fourth, and hampers for the fifth. So keep watching us. You might be the one, myself might be the one. We don't know until we keep watching Richmond Media. Thank you for watching us. My name is Hanna Bimah.
Cristo moja kishinu ajimi Semijevici fosse lemudrano su Namoja refrina con sinoa
Afid ye tremenia minyamau maekomri shishewo etrikwan semitiasiak mitimau semiwumpamimau kosi sewu bepwewa hinimu fisewa ebia mami merin to me